By 9 p.m.
There we go. All right. Waiting for the... Okay, great. Hi.
Hi.
I'm Nick.
I'm Jill.
And we're HipStrings. So welcome to day 3 of the Base12 spin-along. I was forgetting what it was called. I was going to call it the Day 12
You're
spin-along.
really that tired?
Yeah. Anyways, so yes, day 3 of Base12 spin-along. As a reminder, Jill is spinning in order, and I am spinning random. So, here's my die.
We don't talk about what Nick's doing.
We don't. First rule of what Nick's doing: you don't talk about what Nick's doing. All right. Oh God, it's under your wheel. All right, there we go. That number.
Are you gonna make sure it doesn't interfere with my titles? It's not
gonna interfere with your spinning, but that's a good point. All right. Again, it's a later one, so you guys don't get to know what it is that I'm spinning.
Day 3 is Selkie. This is a so the light doesn't blur.
Blow it out?
Yeah, blow it out. That's the word.
So you're forgetting words too.
Yeah. This is Selkie, which is a HipStrings signature blend. It is merino wool, Shetland wool, Tussa silk, and sari silk.
So we have a new ring light, which is why we're playing around with how well it works. Put it like really close up. Let's see if that makes it not blow out. There you go, see?
Yeah, but can it focus? No, yeah, I can.
There you go. There's Selkie.
There's the fiber. There's Selkie.
Yeah. All right. And we already have some people joining us. Hi, Emma and Cornwall Crafter. Apparently, we've got opposite time zones, which is great here. One is good morning, the other one is good evening. So good day to you all. And, all right, I'm going to position myself here. I got to respin some of the stuff since I didn't use one of our wonderful twist locks and actually lock it last time. So yeah, I'm not doing a bat again today. I was doing bat 2 days in a row. Oh, God.
That one's almost like you spinning a bat.
Why is this one almost like spinning a bat? Well, no, you can't talk about it. The second rule about what Nick's doing is you don't talk about what Nick's doing.
So Selkie is all like mostly grays with little pops of turquoise silk.
I gotta see what you mean. Holy balls. Okay, that's better. I should probably pre-draft or something.
Yeah, you might want to split that one.
It's splitting by itself. It's doing what it wants to do.
Open it up.
All right. Sorry, you were talking about Selkie.
I'm done talking about Selkie.
Where does the name come from?
It's Celtic mythology. Selkies they're merfolk that drag people into the depths.
All right. So I was watching the new release of DuckTales. It's not new. It's sort of new.
The reboot.
The reboot. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. On Disney Plus, and they had a fantastic episode with Selkies.
Not Selkies, Kelpies.
Or Kelpies. So wait, what's the difference between Selkies and Kelpies?
Kelpies are horses. Half like horse thing.
Do the Selkies ride the Kelpies? Do they work together?
I don't.
It's the team of E's?
I don't know, to be honest.
All right.
I am not the resident expert on Celtic mythology in the studio.
That's true. We need to get Sam in here. We've got Akinspa has joined. Good evening as well. Hello. All right, so we probably should plan ahead about the sort of things we're going to talk about.
Oh, that would ruin all the fun of this.
That would. Do you have any new announcements for the shop? Today is the last day.
If you want any chance of maybe getting something before December 25th, tonight is your night. Things are slowing down in the USPS system. Everything that was shipped before December 7th has arrived.
Arrived at their location, yeah.
Arrived at the location. Since December 7th,
things have gotten slow, and we apologize.
Yeah, and it depends where you are in the country and the distribution center. I've heard Georgia's a mess, Baltimore's a mess, Chicago's a mess, St. Louis is a mess. Things are going like halfway across the country. when they need to go to the East Coast.
What? Or they're just stopping halfway?
Apparently, USPS tracking is nuts right now.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So
yeah.
we're doing our best. You get an order in.
You can always buy gift cards.
Oh, that's a good idea.
At HipStrings.com, and then you don't have to worry about things arriving on time. And those are e-gift cards, but if you want, I have a PDF that I can personalize and send to you, so you have a hard copy.
Package.
Yeah, that you can give to your recipient or to yourself.
So, Colonel Crafter says, Jill, that's your homework for tomorrow. Research Celtic mythology. So you're going to have to talk about that tomorrow.
That would require me to have brain cells that work.
Well, let's go to sleep at a reasonable time tonight. Wait, reasonable time? What's that? Yeah, I'm going to do that whole split thing you were talking about.
I've got to get Christmas packages out tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, so we got a couple of other comments. So Dave, hello. Dave has joined us. Akinspa is lamenting the lack of dad jokes at the end. I apologize. I have been derelict in my duties.
Oh, yeah.
And she also notes that she's still waiting on something from Cyber Monday. Hopefully not from us.
No.
But, yeah, we've heard all sorts of terrible things. I think I do have one.
Thankfully, Pittsburgh is a pretty good...
It's a hub.
It's a hub.
A shipping hub, at least.
And at least, you know, leaving or the last step to Pittsburgh, although I have a package that was coming from Ohio that was supposed to arrive today. And they were like, it'd be there by 9 p.m. I'm like, the postman's already been by. It's not getting here today.
Well, then we got the random delivery locations of various packages.
Yeah.
So I'm
not appreciative of the person who decided that, you know, dropping off our Amazon packages basically 3 feet from the road was cool.
Well, there's also the person that decided that our food delivery should be delivered on top of our trash cans.
Yes.
By the road, no less. Not like on top of our trash cans, you know, next to a garage or something. No.
We have like a U-shaped drive-through driveway. Like, it is not that big of a pain to basically drive up to our front door.
But even still, on the trash cans.
Yeah.
It's food, people.
Yeah.
All right. Off my soapbox. Or trash can box. Or whatever it is. Let's see. Akinspa did note that it was not something from HipStrings. She gets them in like 1 to 2 days. Wow. See, that
1 to 2 days?
fast.
1 to 2 days?
Okay.
1 to 2 days?
Yeah.
1 to 2 days? 1 to 2 days?
All right, show off.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is often a one-day shipping, and the surrounding counties maybe an extra day.
Yeah. But...
And shipping is usually cheaper than gas.
All right, so... what is new going on in the shop? So we're not doing any... Selkie is a new blend, right?
Yes.
It's one of many new blends, presumably.
One of many new blends that have come out this year.
All right. So do you want to talk a little bit about when you introduced the blends and what new blends we have going on that people should pay attention to?
One big new collection is the Merino Shetland silk ones that all have sari silk in them, which were actually inspired by one of the bats from last 2019 Base12, the Midnight Tweet bat. I liked it so much, I made it into a blend. And then I've made, I think I have almost 6 colors of it. So there's Selkie, which is gray with light blue. There's Kelpie, which is dark, like black with green. There's Dianthus, which is like pink and purple. There's Spectacular, which is like an almost charcoal with like gray tweedy bits. And there's Kylac, which is brand new, which is like a deep navy purpley with bright orange sari silk bits.
Well, that sounds awesome. Are they all up in the shop?
They are all up in the shop.
Nice.
I am like, I don't do like big huge shop updates. I usually try to at least post stuff on Instagram once I put it in the shop. But I am in the midst of putting stuff in the shop for end of year. I'm about to list a bunch of hand dyed fiber. So keep your eyes peeled.
Peeled.
Yes.
Yeah, you've been keeping the basement nice and warm with your dyeing.
Yeah. Even dyed some super sparkly stuff.
All right, so Red says that today's fiber is more her style. Yay. And then Cornwall Crafter asks the question, how are you going to ply your yarns? So to at least, if the question's for us, I'm going to do a chain ply. So that's going to keep all the colors pretty much the same. So that it is going to be in contrast to what I did last year.
Yeah, I'm doing a gradient barber pole. So I'm alternating which bobbin I'm spinning onto. And then I'll just do a traditional 2-ply at the end.
So I just had a weird question that I want to work through in my mind here, or work through out loud, I should say.
What?
Can you do something like a combined chain ply with 2 bobbins?
Yes.
And then
It's
end
a
up with a
6-ply.
4-ply? Is it 6-ply?
6-ply.
Oh, because it's 3-ply and 3-ply. Okay. Weird.
3-ply and 2-ply. Yeah.
It's 2 times 3-ply. Yeah.
Yeah.
Math is hard.
I know people who have done that.
Yeah, and?
You get big fat yarn.
Let's see. And then, so definitely in the comments, by all means, everybody else should comment on how they're applying their yarns. Dave is noting that he is doing day 1 fiber and that it is nice, and we did that, or you did that on day 1. Talked about that on day 1. I still haven't done that. I only got to.
Someday you will.
Someday.
Someday you'll be a real boy.
Let's see, and Red is doing a cabled yarn.
Ooh.
So Jill, talk about what a cabled yarn is.
So a cabled yarn is you spin your singles and then you 2-ply it, but you 2-ply it with extra twist. I think it's actually about 50% more twist.
Okay.
Than you would for a balanced 2-ply. And then you go and you ply that against itself.
Oh, weird.
In the opposite direction for a 4-ply.
Huh. Sounds fun. And it makes like a cable.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And it can be tricky to get your twist right in all the steps so that it ends up being balanced in the end.
And Red has noted that it is one of the ways that she makes fat yarns.
Ha!
Which, you know.
Well, because it's a 4-ply.
Well, it's also, if you naturally spin like
thin.
dental floss like you're doing.
Yeah. I am not doing dental floss.
I swear to God. My floss is that thin when I floss my teeth with. It's like half the thickness of my yarn right now.
Okay, this is 14 wraps per inch. Ask Red what her typical default wraps per inch is.
Red, what's your typical wraps per inch? We just need to wait for the delay. And now you'll be able to see exactly what the delay in our video recording is here.
Well, and she might have to stop spinning and
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
type.
I have created a cardinal sin here.
Oh, good, you split that in half.
Yeah, no, I'm not almost done.
Okay, then I've got time to take a sip.
I scared you for a little bit, didn't I?
For a little bit.
Let's see.
I'm going to try to have some better posture.
Dave has noted that he and Meredith are both doing the advent, and that Mare is doing a gradient, and they're both going to chain ply. Akinspa
As Meredith stops yelling and cursing.
at the fiber.
Yeah.
That's a good question. In the meantime, Akinspa is maybe a chain ply. I haven't decided. It might be 2-ply bobbins, 1 to 6 with 10 to 7. Interesting. Red does 60 to 8 reps, or 60 to 80 reps per inch. Wow.
See?
That's like nanofibers.
Yes, she is spinning thin.
Wait, so how does that even make 4-ply of that? That's not even thick. That's like that's like
I don't even know what the math is for a 4-ply. Yeah, her 4-ply is going to be thinner than my 2-ply.
Wow. That's going to be some strong yarn.
But I know she's trying really hard to spin thick for this.
Yeah.
So.
Because that's what you said. You recommended everybody spin thick. Oh, this is
well, I recommended for her to spin thick.
Well, yes.
Her definition of thick is different than most people's definition of thick.
So, other things that we can blab on about. Why don't you talk about the sweater I'm wearing? I know we've talked about it a little bit before, but this is your
Nick
combo
is wearing
spin.
a combo sweater. It is the Elizabeth Zimmerman hybrid saddle shoulder sweater. I just made Chris a coordinating sweater.
That's adorable. Did you post that photo?
I haven't. I need to.
Yeah.
The Instagram needs some adorable matchy sweaters. And then I am wearing a cashmere tunic that I thrifted that I then overdyed.
Yeah. Which I thought is so cool. It's definitely another way to take a thrift shop purchase, and rather than, what a lot of people like to do is...
ugly. This was like...
This
like wasn't the lime green yellow one. Yes. This one was like... Oh gosh. No, it was a pale blue.
There's a couple of different ones that you...
yeah, there was one that was like acid green, but that's the one that's now bright blue.
Amazing things you can do when you dye your own yarn.
This one was like baby boy nursery from the 80s blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upcycling.
And stained.
Yeah.
And now you can't tell.
Because it's all marbled.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if I get dye on it when I'm dyeing either.
As long as it's not drastically contrasting.
It's lifestyle fashion.
That's interesting. You can stay warm while dyeing.
Mm-hmm. Usually don't have that problem though.
Yeah. Red, by the way, noted that her 4-ply is fingering-ish.
Yeah.
Fingering-ish.
Ish.
Cornwall Crafter is asking, has everyone got plans for their yarn? I never know what to do with 12 Days Advent yarn. Need some ideas.
I have no freaking clue.
Yeah, we don't either. It speaks to us. We talked about this a little bit on day one, that you could do anything from just wear the skein as a necklace to knit a scarf. Probably enough for a hat. Or, like we've done, is use it as an accent color for another solid that you used, a mill spun yarn that you can use for a larger project.
Yeah, that's what I'll probably do, because 12 ounces is a small, or 6 ounces is a very small project for me.
Jill almost killed me when I suggested doing socks. It is a bad idea. I just did.
Do not recommend.
Did it to see her eye roll. Although something like you know, slippers or throw mittens or something.
No, not.
Sorry.
Do not put this on your feet. Okay? Leg warmers. That's the closest you can get to your feet.
These will be fabulous leg warmers.
It's not a bad idea.
No?
No, I could do one light one, one dark one.
Yeah. Be lopsided.
Definitely stand out in the pickup line.
Let's see. So Red is asking, what inspirations do you draw from to come up with your blends?
Oh gosh.
I think a solid answer is it depends.
So most of the time it is my visualization in my head of a particular thing.
Well, you have all of your collections, right? And so
Yeah.
that tends to inspire at least the colors.
Yeah, but it's everything goes through my head. So I might, like gemstones, I go and I do Google searches and I have a book of gemstones and minerals and I'll flip through that till I find something that's inspiring.
And when we could go to the museums, we would go to the Carnegie Natural History Museum that's here in Pittsburgh, and they have a fantastic minerals and gems exhibit.
But then it goes in my head, and then from my head, then I figure out the colors.
Well, yes, of course you're going to figure out something out.
No, but it's not like I go and I match. See, this is an important thing. I don't try to match the colors to a particular picture. So I can't, because I know there are other fiber artists that like
base it off a picture.
Base it off a picture, and it is a, you know, perfect color match to something in the picture, and that's not how I work. My brain is a filter. It is not always a good filter. I've made some pretty epic miscalculations because my brain remembered something as being very different than how it actually was.
But sometimes that'll just result in a name change.
Yes, that will often result in a name change. But it's also, pictures have things like, they have texture in them. And so I pick up things that have texture in the choice of fiber I pick. Some things would not be soft and delicate in real life, and so you don't use superfine merino and silk. You know, if something's a little bit more rustic, you use a more rustic wool.
I'm not done.
So
the second half, though.
It's a whole process. Sometimes the concepts come before the name. Sometimes, yeah, I plan one thing and it comes out differently.
All right.
Very rarely am I super methodical and do like a bunch of prototypes or anything before I do a final blend.
You do that sometimes with your, you used to do that with the carding something together, right? And then
I do it when I'm trying out color combinations that I am not sure are going to work. Because some things I can think they're in my head, but when dealing with the constraints of how the blends are made, it doesn't work out. I can't balance the colors right. And so sometimes if I'm dealing with like complementary colors and stuff, I will try it out by pulling out the hackle.
So I use the hackle instead of the carder, the drum carder.
Because a hackle more closely resembles combed top, or the comb top that I get from the mill. It's still not the same. And how you process the fiber changes how the the colors interact. If you want more info, read my article in the prep issue of Ply on on color and fiber prep. But yeah, when I did my fiber club that was going into blends, I did one thing.
Did you finish already?
Yeah.
I thought you were like done with half of it. Jesus.
No, I'm done.
Sorry. Go on.
Had experience. I've spun an ounce of this before. And one time I designed a blend, and then I also hackled it, and I made bats.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of, here, same fiber, done 3 different ways. How does it spin up for you? How do the fibers, how's the color?
How's the blending?
How's the blending? How's the fiber? How do the colors mix?
Yeah, I remember that. That was a really neat experiment.
Yeah. And there really is a difference between a carded prep and combed prep in terms of color blending.
So let's catch up a little bit on some of the commentary. So Dave says, by the way, that they are going to be doing the night shift shawls that Jill and I did last year. Red noted that she is doing mini skeins. Beyond that, has no idea. Could use an accent or lay into some weaving. Dave said Jill beat me to mentioning leg warmers. And Cornwall Crafter notes that her favorite of yours was the sinkhole bus. You want to tell that story? It's the right time of year for it, right?
It is the right time of year for you. I think it's been about a year anniversary since this.
The year anniversary was a couple of weeks ago, if I remember correctly, but
because I think there were time for people to make ornaments for like Black Friday. So Pittsburgh lies between 2 rivers, limestone, and it said that there's a underground river that runs underneath downtown Pittsburgh, and that's really the aquifer here runs really close to the surface. Actually, a lot of the skyscrapers have oh gosh, what's that? The type of heat where they...
I'm blanking on it too.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Where you drill pipes,
geothermal.
Geothermal, and they tap into the aquifer because it's only really like 50 or 100 feet below downtown. And it's limestone. So, about a year ago, there was a sinkhole in downtown, and it swallowed a Port Authority bus.
But not completely.
Not completely. It stuck out. Like, it's a long bus.
Just enough
the head stuck out.
Look really sad.
Yeah, it looked really sad. It had to get rescued by a crane. It took almost a year to fix the sinkhole.
It was
large. It also took a SUV in, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The SUV everybody forgot.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar with it, you should definitely look up Pittsburgh sinkhole bus.
Yeah.
And there'll be plenty of wonderful photos and probably a link to buy the
I probably should
ornament.
dye up some more. I still have it on some sock yarn, but I don't have it on fiber. It's kind of a pain in the butt to dye because it has to be manipulated during the dye process. So I can only dye it on superwash fiber.
But the coloring is really unique because the bus itself, the Pittsburgh buses are not all the same color, but
this one was a bright turquoise.
Yeah, and then that combined with the
some
road
and some brown and black
and the sinkhole itself, made a wonderful color combination. Pittsburgh's a special city. We love it. And you've been saying downtown incorrectly.
Downtown?
No, you actually had it quite well.
I'm trying.
Yeah. You've got your Pittsburghese down.
Yeah.
Things are not slippery, they are slippy.
Yeah. The glaze on this mug is starting to crack.
Yeah. I think somebody put it in the wash once. It is not dishwasher safe.
Oh. Good to know.
Maybe you were the one that put it in the wash. All right. Well, so I'm almost done.
You're almost done?
I'm embarrassed at how handedly you beat me.
Maybe mine was light. Maybe it wasn't a full half
I will have
ounce.
to, oh yeah, just try to make me feel better there. No, I'll have to try harder tomorrow. Now I'm just enjoying myself.
That one's more hard. What you're spinning is harder to spin than what I...
So you shouldn't be calling your fibers difficult to spin, right?
No, they're not difficult to spin, but there are things that are easier than other things.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to do hard things for beauty. Or for a particular concept. If I had blended that fiber more, it wouldn't look right. It wouldn't match the inspiration. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I wish you could talk about the inspiration for this one, but you can't. Can't even know when it's going to happen. I have my stack of papers here in the back about when
it's not that long
what order
from
I'm
now.
doing.
I think we're like 2 days away from what you're spinning.
No.
Really?
Really?
3 days.
Will you stop giving them an answer? Because they can do math. I'm fairly certain our audience can do simple math.
But I'm not for sure, so I'm just guessing.
But if I keep telling you yes or no, then eventually you're going to keep guessing and it'll be right.
Well, you just don't confirm when I actually get it right.
Okay, so I just deny, but okay.
Yeah,
we've got comments. Cornwall Crafter says, there was a sinkhole here in Cornwall a couple of years ago. No buses were harmed, though. And Red says, regarding different preps, I've been known to do the carding, heckling, etc. to figure out what I want. I play with color on the small carder.
See, they can't do math.
Dave can't do math.
He would need a calculator. He's an engineer.
That's true. I do often say I can do complex differential equations in my head, but I need a calculator to add 2 and 2. And people think I'm joking when I say that, and I am not.
I never realized your toes go off the edge of those treadles.
Yeah, I've got big feet. What do you want? With one of the other wheels, I'll grip the edge with my toes.
The sidekick?
I think it's with the sidekick. Actually, I'm doing it with this one now. Now that you made me think about it.
Because I made you aware of it.
Yeah. It's a nicer way of doing it. My heels are all the way on the back of the treadles, but my toes go over the edge, so I can grip it like a monkey or something. Has somebody taught a monkey how to spin? These are the things I think about.
When I picked up Gab today, she was telling me about how her feet hurt. Because socks are like tiny feet prisons. And I suggested that maybe she shouldn't be wearing her child-size socks anymore. And that she needs to be wearing adult-size socks. Since she's almost a woman size 7.
Careful what you wish for, because she's just going to go and start stealing your socks.
Everybody's going to come for my socks soon. Once Adrian realizes he can come for my socks.
Nobody will come for my socks.
But just give him like 2 years and he'll be coming for yours. So. The 10-year-old almost has feet as large as mine. He stole my slippers the other day.
Yeah. Well, at least it'll make it very easy for us to figure out who's how to knit socks for people. And this goes back to your comment about
socks for me, and if they don't fit, they'll fit somebody else.
It goes back to your comment of we could just do the a giant tube on the knitting machine, and then just do afterthought heels and toes. All right, I'm finally done. All right, what did I miss? Dave is doing bad math. Cornwall Crafter is doing bad math. Well, 1 + 1 does equal 3 for an exceptionally large values of 1. Dave says n-dimensional calculus, sure. Addition, not a chance. And then he says, yes, Nick is spinning, so you can teach a monkey to spin.
Nick is an ape, not a monkey.
No hand-knitted socks for Nick then. No, I do
no.
get hand-knitted socks at least once a year. There is a terrible issue with the fact that I like them so very much. Well, yes, there's that too. No, I was going to say the issue is I like them so very much is that I wear through them all. And so we've got this big bag full of socks I need to darn. So I should probably get on that one of these days.
12 days of darning.
But I'm already doing a 12-day something. Okay, but yes, the deal with the devil that Jill mentioned. So I'll have you know that knitting used to be a men's-only activity.
No, this is not actually true.
This is my book, Knitting with Balls.
It lied to you.
This was the truth. So this is the story I give.
Okay, but it lied to you.
All right, may or may not be true.
Fake news.
So, anyway, I would tell Jill she knew how to crochet. I taught myself how to knit. So I refused to teach Jill how to knit because, well, she's a woman and women crochet. Again, that was the story at the time, the fake news we were believing. So the deal was I would teach her how to knit if she would knit me socks. And
it took a year to get to this deal.
Yes.
And several uncomfortable pairs of crocheted socks.
Yes. But so that wasn't the reason. No, I liked the crochet socks. They kind of like having a massage ball on your feet all the time when you're walking around, which is great for like the first half of the day.
Hey,
and then
some of those crocheted socks are still around.
Yeah.
12 years later.
They really held up.
Yeah. Good German sock yarn too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I promised Nick a lifetime of hand knit socks in exchange for him teaching me how to knit.
Yep. Best deal ever.
So now we have the deal that I knit him socks and he knits me socks. So we now exchange.
Yeah, and you get a pair of socks about once a year.
I knit you socks now whenever you've knit, like whenever you're knitting on me socks. It's always a fair
exchange. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Well, I better knit you more socks.
If you knit me more socks, I will knit you more socks.
I will get on this.
It's a 1-for-1 exchange.
I will get on this. All right, I don't have my phone with me. Otherwise, I would try and remind myself of a dad joke. So stall while I try and remember.
Do you need my phone?
I could. I mean, that's cheating, though. All right. Drinking is not stalling.
Really? So. Nick likes the socks. Well, you've never knit yourself socks, so you wouldn't know if you make yourself nice socks.
You're right. I've never knit myself socks.
But I like the socks you knit for me better than I like socks I knit for me. They fit better. Until your more recent pair, which was...
Oh, these are all really offensive.
They're all uncle jokes?
No, they're just really uncomfortable. Oh, I like this one. Let's see, what was the comments? Let's see, Cornwall Crafter said Jill got the bun end of that deal. That must be some weird British thing I'm not familiar with. Sorry.
No, I got taught how to knit.
Yeah. I think it's all good. So, you know, I cooked cold turkey last month.
Are you only eating it warmed up now?
That's right. It's much better in the microwave. I figured that might be appropriate.
That is a good joke.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I'll make sure to have one.
You should be done with your Thanksgiving leftovers by now.
I think.
Unless they've been frozen.
No, I don't think we froze any. I think we ate them all. Yeah. No, there's some soups that we made with leftovers.
No. Oh, well, those are like second time.
The second-hand leftovers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leftovers. Leftover-overs.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the right leftovers. Left-right-overs.
No.
Wow, we're just like going down. All right. Thanks a lot. Oh, bum end of that deal. Okay, that makes a lot more sense than bun end of the deal. Although now because we have rabbits in this house, the bun end of the deal is totally going to be a thing. Thanks a lot for joining us, everyone.
Thanks. See you tomorrow night.
We will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.